Welcome to Trivia Tangents, the podcast where we turn everyday passions into surprising trivia deep dives. I'm your host, Lena, and each week I quiz a friend on something they know way too much about, turning everyday passions into trivia gold. We all know that on trivia night, the bigger the team, the better you'll play. That's why I bring the team together here on Trivia Tangents. So get ready for some fun facts you'll definitely want for your next trivia night. In this episode of Trivia Tangents, I quiz my little brother, Josh, on his absolute favorite show, Big Brother. You'll hear throughout the episode that he actually ends up teaching me so much, which was very entertaining and also one of the main reasons I love making this show. Josh is the ultimate Big Brother fan. He's memorized every single winner, he's always watching the live stream, and he knows the strategic ways to get ahead in the game. If you clicked on this episode and have no idea what Big Brother is, it's basically a reality TV game show that's based on a social experiment or popularity contest. It typically starts with around 16 house guests, and throughout the season there are competitions and eliminations, and basically the winner is the last person in the house. It's super strategic because the people who get eliminated then go on to a jury to vote on the winner. Spoiler warning, now that season 27 is over, Josh wanted to share that he actually ended up really liking the season, especially since one of his faves, Ashley, won the entire show. Also, disclaimer that this episode was recorded when the Big Brother season 27 was in week 4, so pretty early in the show. So in this episode, you'll learn what phrases like blood on my hands or throwing a comp and backdoor really mean. Plus, we'll dive into alliance strategies, competition prep, and what it actually takes to survive inside the Big Brother house. Enjoy the episode. Hi, Josh. Welcome to Trivia Tangents.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks so much for being here. So, Josh, you're one of those Big Brother fans who's like always watching the live stream, right?
Yeah. Well, not this season, but yeah.
Not this season. You're always watching live streams except this season, basically. So
Yeah.
You know what you're talking about when it comes to this show. And you've even gone as far as to convince me to actually apply to Big Brother, which I did. I submitted an application earlier this year, but I obviously didn't hear anything back.
Yeah.
I think we were mentioning this in a previous conversation, but you mentioned a secret sibling twist. Like, what if they casted both of us?
They've done it before.
But like, how does that work if we're not twins?
Oh, we're both put in the house and pretend like we don't know each other. But usually when they do that, there's also another pair of siblings or parents or whatever relationships. Like this season 6, I can remember, everyone in the house with a secret partner, but no one knew that everyone else also had a secret partner. Yeah. And then season 8, they brought enemies back in the house for people.
Do you think that if we did a secret sibling twist, do you think that'd be good for us?
Well, yeah.
But don't you think we look a little bit alike? People will get it?
Yeah, maybe. Just don't say your last name.
Right. If we were cast as a secret sibling twist, would you do it?
Yeah, I would do it.
Okay. Okay, producers, you've heard it here first. We're down. So today we're talking about 3 sections. We have HOH, History and Hiccups, The Perfect Game, and Showmances and Shenanigans. Before we get started, I thought we could do a little icebreaker / little warm-up round to get you in the trivia mode. So kind of like rapid fire. So how about I name a season number and you name the winner?
Okay, that's easy.
Oh, really? That's easy.
Yeah.
All right. BB5.
Drew. I don't remember his last name.
You're correct. Drew Daniel. BB7.
Mike Boogie.
Mike Mallon, but is that what he went by?
He goes by Boogie or Mike.
Oh my
Boogie.
God. I love that. Okay. How about BB14?
Ian Terry.
Yes. BB19.
Josh Martinez.
Correct. BB24.
Taylor Hale.
Yeah. Oh my God. Good job. Wow. Okay, so if you didn't believe it before, there's proof. Josh really knows what he's talking about when it comes to Big Brother. Okay, shall we go into section 1, trivia question 1?
Okay, first question.
Which head of household competition has been used more than any other in Big Brother US history? A, wall endurance. B, OTEV. C, before or after. or D, knockout?
Okay, it's definitely not OTEV because that's a veto competition because OTEV's literally veto spelled backwards.
Yes.
They started doing the wall comp in season 10, so we're on season 27 now, so that's 17 seasons of the wall comp. Before and after and knockout, those are like actually those are like pretty similar. Like those are just like the quiz ones. So like, mm, I feel like they were doing those in the older seasons too. So I'm gonna say before and after.
You're correct.
Okay.
So, before or after is a game that is kind of also known as like true or false, right? Or like fact or fiction or like
Uh-huh.
time flies. They
Uh-huh.
they keep changing the name, I guess depending on like what the theme of the season is.
Yeah.
But essentially it is the most used HOH competition format in Big Brother US history. And from what I've seen, it's typically played later in the game, so, like, often Final 3, Final 4, and what it does is it tests the house guests on their memory of the order of events within their time on the show.
Correct.
And yeah, and it's fair, fast-paced, and works well live, which is why I think producers keep bringing it back just with different
Uh-huh.
names.
Uh-huh.
So, Josh, in those multiple choice answers, we named a few different kinds of competitions: wall endurance, OTEV, before and after, and knockout. Can you walk us through maybe some of those different competitions or any other notable Big Brother type comps? Like
Okay.
we have endurance ones, mental, luck based.
So for the Wacom, that's probably the most notorious Big Brother competition, even though it's not hasn't been in every season. They only introduced it in season 10. It's been in every season since, and every single season, all the house guests always look forward to that one. It's kind of like a milestone and a rite of passage in order to compete in that because it's whoever the premise is whoever can hang on to a wall that tilts at an angle
Hmm.
the longest wins essentially.
Yeah.
And then while you're hanging there, like, they'll spray you with cold water and goo sometimes and
Slime.
slime. It's very nasty, but it's also the most well-known, in my
Hmm.
opinion, competition and one that everyone always looks forward to.
Hmm.
Then for the OTEV competition, which is a veto competition, just kind of think of musical chairs. That's kind of the premise. Every round, someone's eliminated. Whoever gets to the podium last is eliminated. But in order to get to the podium, you first have to go find a tile that the OTEV, which is always like a different creature thing, says you need to go find in like in the backyard or something. So you have to
Okay.
go find what correct answer to the question and don't be the last one to get there first. And then the before and after we just talked about, and then the knockout competition, that's always fun because it'll be two people go head to head in like a quiz. Whoever gets the correct answer survives, and then they pick the next two people to go. So it kind of forces the house guests to show their cards of who they're aligned with because if you're being strategically smart, you would pick the people you don't want to win because it increases the chances of them losing the competition because they're forced to play um, more often.
Wow. Okay, so there's a lot of like strategy that goes into each game.
Yeah.
What's your personal favorite type of competition to watch?
Oh, okay. Well, my favorite competition is the hide and go veto one.
Oh, I think I remember that one.
Where they have to go hide a tile, it's like a kind of the size of your head. They have
Yeah.
to go hide it somewhere in the house one at a time, and then well, after everyone's hidden theirs, yeah, and then you each one at a time have, like, 2 minutes to scour the house for everyone else's tiles, and whoever's tile is found last or never found ac wins, and I love that competition because every year the house is destroyed, everyone throws their shit everywhere, clothes are on the ground, furniture is flipped over, beds are broken, refrigerators messed up, bathroom, tornado, so I
I
love that
remember
competition.
the the season I watched, someone was like pouring all the cereal
Yeah,
out of all the boxes.
mhm. And last season, if I recall when they did that, the person who won the competition was pissed because someone threw all his clothes on the ground,
Oh,
and that was reason enough to nominate her at the veto ceremony. So
oh
you
my
have to be
God.
if you're gonna mess things up, just don't let people know that you're messing things up. So
Right. Okay, so if you were to actually play one of these comps, which one do you think that you'd be really good at?
I definitely would not be too good at the wall comp. I know that. You need good upper body strength for that, and you need to be, like, tall and skinny. I got the skinny part, but not the tall part. And then, um, I think I would do good at the before and after, like, the
Y
quiz
the
ones.
memory
I would
based.
do good at those,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, for sure. What games do you think I would be good at?
Well, I'd say you're a bit more athletic than me, so maybe you would probably survive on the wall longer than I did, but I don't think either of us would win it.
Yeah, I feel like I remember them getting really cold on the
Yeah,
wall.
you get freezing cold.
Yeah, and I think the second I would start to get too cold, like, it would be over for me. I guess if I had to think about what games I would be good at, probably I think it would be, like, a combination of, like, the mental challenges, like, the puzzle ones, and also, like, the running back and forth. Like, putting together like, when you see a big photo and you basically have to put together all the puzzle pieces. I don't know if
Mhm.
that one has a certain name, but I feel like I'd be good at that
They
'cause
all they have, like, variations of that.
right, yeah, and you have to, like, run back and forth and get the puzzle pieces.
Yeah.
Okay, so Josh, if someone were prepping to go on Big Brother, what kind of comp would you say that they have to train for? One that can really make or break their game.
So the thing about Big Brother is that you don't know what the competitions are gonna have on your season,
Yeah.
so you should really just be training generally for the general things you're gonna expect. So, like, just make sure you're fit for enough so that you can don't, make sure you can, um, like, hold your own weight, make sure you can, um, not get tired after, like, a quick jog.
Mhm.
Or make and also what's really good actually is go to, like, a carnival or a fair and do all the carnival games, and then
Oh.
obviously that they're not the same competitions, but it kinda gets you in the right headspace because a lot of the games they have you do are supposed to be, like, quick.
Mhm.
So, if you're able to, like, do those carnival games well and quick enough, you should theoretically do well. Not a guarantee, but that's just
Yeah.
what I think.
Oh, I love it. I think that's really good advice because, like, I wouldn't think to go to a carnival and do all those games,
Yeah,
and they're almost, like, all rigged against you. So
basically. Yeah.
okay, so here's an interesting question. We always hear that being the first HOH is a curse. I heard it from you, I'm pretty sure.
Mm,
No?
I don't think I said that, but okay.
Oh, maybe it was someone on the show that I was anyway. Why do you think that this quote unquote curse exists? Is being the
Well,
first HOH really that bad?
in my opinion, I don't think it's I think you should be the first HOH
Wait,
because
really?
because just think about it. 1, you guarantee you're not the first one evicted. 2, you get a guaranteed alliance under your belt because it's gonna force all these strangers you've never met before to come on day 1 to come talk to you because 'cause they're gonna wanna save their own asses.
Yeah.
So, usually when that happens, people are gonna start kissing your ass, which is it puts you in a position where you can choose your allies, whereas on the other side of the coin, if you're not the first head of household, you don't get to choose essentially your first ally because you wanna disalign with the HOH because you don't know who that's gonna be. So,
Yeah.
in my opinion, being the first one's good. However, in recent years, s the first head of household has not done that well
Mm,
because some stats. So I'm pretty sure there's a stat that if you're the first head of household, you're like 80% more likely to make it to the jury phase of the game
okay. Which is basically like halfway through.
halfway through. And also several winners that I can think of, like Nicole from 18, Cody from 22, they all were the first head of households of their seasons. I'm pretty sure there's more. But it's a good spot to be in. However, recent seasons, like season 23 with Frenchie, season 24 with Daniel, 25 with Riley, and 26 with Angela. 4 seasons back to back. All the HOHs have done awful, the first ones,
Mm,
because they either were evicted immediately the next week or were like house pariahs and no one wanted to work with them. So
damn.
it's you have to have in my so what I like to say is if you're on the show and you're not that big of a fan, don't be the first head of household. But if
Okay.
you are a big fan and you think you can handle it, then you should gun for it.
Okay.
Or if you also just think you're socially awkward, you should gun for it.
Oh, you should gun for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Hmm. So, in your opinion, what's the best time of the game to be HOH?
Oh, just when it depends. When people don't like you, when you're a target, that's obviously the best time to be to win.
Okay.
But if you think you're in a good spot, maybe winning's not the best thing.
Mhm.
Have one of your allies win instead, so that they can get the blood on their hands. Honestly, if I were in the house, I don't think I would ever throw a competition because I just feel like I wouldn't win that many anyways. So just throwing one that I would maybe be able to win, I would feel weird about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you should just win. Just honestly, just always win if you think you can.
So you mentioned one of my favorite phrases that they say on Big Brother, which is, "Oh, I don't want that blood on my hands. Blood on
Yeah.
my hands. Blood on my hands."
Yeah.
And when I first heard that, I was like, "What the actual fuck are they talking about?" That like it just shows the intensity of the game and how seriously they take it. Like
Mhm.
I know it's just a saying. There's no blood involved, but like it's kind of ridiculous.
I mean, it's an expression because even though there's no real blood, it's when you nominate someone, you're basically telling them, "Hey, I don't like you, you need to go."
Yeah.
And they're not gonna like that. So
Yeah.
that's, in a way, blood on your hands because they're because just think of getting evicted from the house as if it's like getting sent to the electric chair.
Mhm.
It's like your life in the game is dying.
Yeah. So, I guess, if I end up on Big Brother one day, I'll probably end up saying the same phrase, but I just think it's really funny, like from an outside perspective.
Yeah.
So, you also mentioned throwing comps. And that's my last question of this section is basically what's the deal with throwing comps? And I know you explained it's basically when you like pretend that you're bad at the competition and you fake
Mhm.
like you purposely lose. So could you just explain one more time like why would someone do that and when does it actually work? And then can you think of a time when someone threw a comp but it totally backfired on them?
Throwing comps is a very risky strategy. It's high risk, high reward. It's so when you throw a competition, or I should say, when you don't win a competition, to the rest of the house, it shows that you're not as big of a physical threat because you're not winning the competition. So in that way, it could be good if you want to minimize your threat level. However, it can also be really risky because if you throw a competition and then all of a sudden someone your worst enemy wins,
Mhm.
you probably shouldn't have thrown it. So you need to be
Mhm.
really strategic when you're throwing a competition. So in my mind, like if I were on the wall and it was me and my sister, it just us, I would throw it to her because I know she's not going to put me on the block. So why would I want to get blood on my hands? Just let her get the blood on her hands, essentially.
Wow. Thanks,
So
Josh.
that's just an example, but that's just one example I could think of why you would throw
Mhm.
comp. There's also people who say they throw cons, but I just think they're bad at them.
Mhm. They're
So
like, "Oh" in their head, they're like, "I suck, but I'm gonna lie to everyone and say, yeah, I did that on purpose.'"
yeah. And there's also people who tell people in the house that they're going to throw comps, which is something
Oh,
big
yeah.
no. Do not tell people that. A, it makes you look shady. B, it makes to your allies, it's like, okay, well, you're not a reliable ally because the only purpose of being my ally is so that
Mhm,
you can win competitions to keep
mhm,
all of us safe. So
mhm,
don't tell me you're not throwing competitions.
mhm.
So it's like, if you are planning on doing that strategy, just don't tell anyone. Absolutely don't tell anyone.
Yeah, but the thing is that sometimes the head of household group or whoever's on their side, like, assigns someone hey, you're going to throw the comp.
Yeah, they do that sometimes for and that was very in season 16 and 17 when they had the battle of the block twist.
Yeah.
They were always telling people to throw the competition to that. But also it's kind of rude in a sense to tell someone you nominate to throw a competition because it's like, well, you already don't like me,
Yeah.
so why would I do something
For you.
to yeah, so it's like it's a interesting predicament.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I would never throw a competition. Because I would just wanna win.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I would because if I'm about to win HOH, I don't think I'll ever be able to win HOH again, so I'm gonna seize the opportunity.
Could you think of a time when someone threw a comp, but it totally backfired?
There's been so many,
Too
um,
many to choose from.
like, well, I don't know, it's just like, I more so remember the people who threw comps and it actually benefited them.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I remember, like, season two's winner, Dr. Will, didn't win a single competition, and he won the whole game.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and
How?
then he was just that good.
Oh my god.
And then I remember in season 10, Dan Giesling, he was on the block week 2, but then he threw the veto competition on purpose so that people wouldn't vote him out
Oh.
over other guy next to him, and that worked out for him. But, like, there's always every season, there's always that one guy or girl who's like, "I'm gonna throw this," and then they shouldn't have thrown that
Yeah.
because now they're not in the house anymore.
Yeah. I guess,
So
yeah, the reason you can't remember them is because they immediately get eliminated,
it's like
so
it's honestly really embarrassing.
Oh.
So, in my opinion, I would rather not throw a competition when I should have than throw a competition when I shouldn't have.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, good to know. Never throw a comp. You heard it here first, people. Section 2, the perfect game. Trivia question 2. Which Big Brother winner made it to the end without ever being nominated or receiving a single vote against them? A. Xavier Prather. B. Dan Giesling. C. Nicole Franzel. Or D. Derek Levasseur.
It's Cody Calafiore.
Oh my god!
All of them have been nominated. Well, it's
Wait, are you serious?
I assume your correct answer is Derek Levasseur.
Yes.
Because his season, he never he never got nominated until the final 3, where he was nominated because Cody won the final HOH and decided between him and Victoria.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a common misconception where people think that Derek was never nominated that season, but he was technically at the final 3
Oh my
nominated.
gosh.
But there was only one winner ever who was never nominated their whole season, and that was Cody from 22.
Oh my god. I feel so dumb. What's his name? Cody?
Cody Calafiore, yeah.
I love that when I do the podcast with my family members, they because the same thing happened with Dad. I asked a trivia question and he's like, none of those answers are correct. So, okay, Cody Calafiore is the correct answer. Thank you, Josh. Well, my deep dive was about Derek Levasseur.
Oh, we can talk about him. He's like one of the most well-known Big Brother players. Like, people always watch that season and people say that he was really good at the game. Like, he wasn't nominated until the final 3, so.
Yeah. Well, basically, something notable that I found about him was that he was a former undercover cop. So I think he had very strong, like, emotional intelligence. And then also, obviously, to be a cop, you have to have, like, physical strength as well. So I feel like he probably played a master class in social and strategic game. I am excited to watch that season if it's available to me on, like, one of my streaming sites.
Oh, I don't like that season.
Oh, not that season. Okay.
No, like, if there's, like, kind of 2 groups of Big Brother fans, like, there's the group I'm in, we don't like that season because
okay.
we think Derek kind of started the meta of how to go far in the game, and it's to start a giant alliance on day 1 and to pick off everyone
Oh.
else. And before that, most alliances had like a max of 5 people, but then his
Okay.
alliance was like the first season where like there were like 9 people in one alliance, and I mean it propelled him far enough. And then as soon as everyone started turning on each other, he was able to like not get turned on.
Yeah. Okay, so tell me more about Cody Calafiore then.
Cody, he was also on Derek's season. He actually got
Oh.
second. He got second place to him,
Oh my
but then
god.
he but then season 22 was All Stars, so he came
Uh,
back for All Stars.
okay.
And that season, highly controversial because since it was all people who've been on the show before.
Mhm.
um, there was a lot of pre-gaming involved with
Oh, that's not
people
fair.
texting each other before the
Yeah.
show even started, "Hey, do you wanna be in an alliance
Oh
together?"
my god.
So, obviously, all these people knew each other too, so then as soon as the show started, the alliance that was formed before the show even started formed on day 1, which Cody kind of well, also Cody was the first head of household that season. So then, he was able to, like, solidify it, and then also what was really annoying is that every single person in that alliance, the only head of households that whole season were members of that alliance. No one else outside of the alliance ever won power,
Okay.
and then so it kinda just made a steamroll. It was a really boring season in my opinion, but he did play a good game because he was never nominated. He
Yeah.
he was HOH, like, every other week.
Mhm.
Um, he broke the OTEV curse. S
Oh.
There was an OTEV curse up until that point, everyone who won the OTEV competition up until that point never won the game,
Oh,
and then
shit.
and then
Okay.
he broke that curse. But yeah, he did play a good I mean, and then he learned from the best, like, Derek was his ride or die final 2 on season
Oh,
16. So
really?
Derek basically coached him through everything he
Oh
needed to
my
know,
god.
and it
Okay.
worked because then he was able to learn from Derek and from 16 because he lost to him in 16 and then didn't make the same mistake in 22
Wow.
because if he had evicted Derek at the final 3 in 16, he would have won hands down,
Yeah.
but then he didn't out of loyalty and then lost. So then in 22, he was put in the same position. He could have taken Nicole Franzel to the final 2 and lost to her, but he didn't wanna do that, so he evicted her and took Enzo instead and won unanimously, so
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Good to know. So, speaking of these notable Big Brother winners, who is your favorite BB winner of all time and why?
So, do you mean, like, who I think, uh, played the best game out of all the winners or who I just personally like the best?
Who you personally like the best?
My favorite winner I like the best is probably gonna be
I think wasn't it that from the season I watched?
Steve Moses. I mean,
Steve.
I like Steve, but he's not my favorite. I like oh my god, okay, Josh Martinez from 19 and Taylor Hale from 24. I like both of them.
Nice.
I think they're my faves.
Do they have
But
anything in common?
no.
Okay.
But, uh, but I don't think they played the best games their seasons.
Okay. Hmm.
So, but who I think the best winner is all time is Dan Giesling from season 10, in my opinion.
Nice.
He played the
Nice.
best game of all time.
Why did he play the best game of all time?
He literally okay, well, he's played twice. He won season 10, and he came back for season 14 and got 2nd place on season 14.
Mhm.
So, both times he played, he got to the end, and each time he's played, he's just, like, so good with his words and able to convince people of what he wants them to happen,
Mhm.
and, like, there's, like, one moment in Big Brother history that's always remembered called Dan's funeral,
Mm.
which happened in his 2nd season, season 14, where he was literally about to he was on wait, was he on the block? I can't remember, but he was, like, about to get evicted that week. The HOH hated him, but then he was able to hold a funeral for himself in the whole living room, and he was, like, telling his allies that we're not allies anymore and telling his
Like,
enemies
this is what would happen if I wasn't here?
well, he's basically, like, just shitting on them, being
Oh.
like, "I don't appreciate what you did to me," or, like, even
Oh,
though if it wasn't
shit.
real. So then he was able to convince that HOH that he actually had no allies, even though that was fake, and then he was able to
Oh.
get Brittany evicted that week instead of him. So then that moment in Big Brother history is, like, always remembered, like, Dan's funeral, like, he was back against the wall, he was supposed to go home that week, but then he was
Yeah.
able to convince the whole house not to evict him.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's,
Dan's
like,
funeral, yeah.
ultimate manipulation.
Yeah.
Okay, so what really makes a winner great? Is it the competitions? Is it strategy, social game? What is it?
So there's in my opinion, there's 3 pillars. If I were on the jury, this is how I would judge who I would vote for. There are 3 pillars to someone's game. There's the physical, there's the mental, and then there's the social. So the physical is how many competitions did you win? Because
Yeah.
in order to, like, make decisions, you need to be in places of power. Because in my opinion, if you never won anything, I don't think you deserve to win, even though
Yeah.
like, so you need to win something, but but of the 3, that's one I care about the least, even though I still care about it. Then there's the mental pillar that, in my opinion, that's the one where, like, what strategical moves did you make in the game? Like, when you
Mm.
were head of household, who did you nominate and why?
Mhm.
And then what alliances did you make? Who did you pit against each other? Who did you manipulate? Who did you lie to? That's the mental game. And the social game is just how likable are you? Like, were you a good person to people? Do people like you? Would people be your friends outside of this?
Were you a good
Like,
housemate?
yeah, were you a good housemate? And blah blah blah. So if you're able to do good in all 3, you would get my vote essentially.
Hmm. Okay.
But, yeah, so that's what I think a good Big Brother winner is. They should have A pluses in all 3, but obviously that's not possible 'cause everyone's gonna have flaws. Like, let me think, last season's winner, Chelsea, she had, like, amazing mental game. Like, of her 3 pillars, her mental game was probably the highest because
Mhm.
she was so strategic in everything she was doing. Her physical game was also good in the fact that she won 4 head of households that season.
Yeah.
And then her, social game was also good because everyone loved her, but, that's why she won over Mackenzie, who was next to her, because Mackenzie had a good physical game, not as good of a social game, and a pretty bad mental game.
Okay.
S so yeah.
Okay. Wow. All right. So now that we know what makes a winner great, obviously hitting the block is inevitable. So if a player has to hit the block at some point, when, in your opinion, is the best time to do it? Like early game, mid game, or near the end?
I don't think you should ever plan to go on the block.
Okay.
That should be your one goal in the game. If you're gonna go in there, don't volunteer to be a pawn, don't volunteer to go up, don't your whole goal at the bare minimum should be to not get nominated.
All right.
So, so to answer that question, probably as late in the game as possible.
Oh, okay. Okay, got
But
it.
because especially in the early stages of the game, if you're nominated week 1, it makes it so much easier to get nominated week 2, week 3,
Mhm.
week 4 because you've already been nominated. Your blood is already on other people's hands, so might as well spread it out to more people. So, because if the first head of household nominates you, the next HOH, they're gonna
Okay.
nominate you again because 'cause they're like, "Oh, well, they're already targeting the first head of household, so I might as well put them up, kinda want other people to target me." So, that's how perpetual pawns always get formed. There's
Oh
always
my god.
perpetual pawns every season.
Perpetual pawn.
Like, last year, 26, Angela on the block, like, pretty much every week.
That sucks.
Actually, but it sometimes works out, like, Taylor Hale, season 24, nominated, I wanna say, like, 9 times, and then she won.
Wow.
So it's like, it's not the end of the world, but, like, not a good place to be in.
Okay. I love all the jargon we're throwing out here. We've heard blood on my hands, throw the comp, pawns, perpetual pawn. I have another one for you. Backdoor.
Backdoor,
Can
yeah.
you explain what does it mean to be backdoored?
To be backdoored, essentially, is you're evicted without having a chance to save yourself in a competition. So how it works
Oh.
is there's a head of household, they nominate 2 pawns for eviction, and then at the veto picking, you don't get picked to play in the veto because it's pretty much random who gets to play in it,
Yeah.
and then the veto is played, the veto is won, and then it's used on one of the nominees, and then as a replacement, you're put on the block, and then you're evicted subsequently at the end of the week. So you basically
Wow.
had no chance to save yourself because you lost the HOH, you had no chance of playing the veto, so you had to solely rely on votes to survive, which if you're backdoor, that's kinda hard to do. But that's kind of the name of the game. Like, that's how you get rid of big competitors because it
Yeah.
gives people that are not good at competitions a chance to get the people that are good at competitions out.
Yeah.
So that's what being backdoor means. And that
That
that that term was coined in season 5, I think.
Oh my
or
God,
season
that
6.
would have been a good trivia question.
Yeah.
So, can you think of a time when a backdoor plan failed spectacularly?
It's failed backdoor. Okay, yeah, I can. Season 17.
That was when I
Uh,
watched, wasn't it?
yes.
I
So
remember.
I think Becky was HOH.
Yeah.
She had nominated Shelly. I don't remember who else she nominated, or Shelly and Steve. She nominated
Mhm.
Shelly and Steve. Steve won the veto, used it on himself, and she backdoored Vanessa.
Mhm.
Vanessa was put on the block. Everyone hated Vanessa,
Yeah.
and she was like a dead woman walking. But she was able to convince the whole house to
Mhm.
evict Shelly instead and
Yep.
blindside Becky,
Yep.
and it worked out. And then Becky went home like 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
So
I remember Becky was so scared. She was like, I did not even think that this would be a scenario that would
yeah,
happen.
yeah. So that's one way backdoor failed, but also backdoors can also be spectacular. Like season 25 with Bowie Jane was HOH. She nominated Suri and Felicia, and then I think Jag won the veto, used it on Felicia, and then she nominated Cameron, and then Cameron was evicted. And Cameron was like known as like a comp beast, so like they weren't getting him out any other way. So he had no chance to save himself. No one liked him also, so
Wow. Okay, so only do backdoor if you are very sure it's going to work, I
yeah,
guess. Okay.
basically. You need the
Wow.
votes. You need to make sure the votes are there to get the person
Yeah.
you want out. That's
Yeah.
what's most important about a backdoor, so
Section 3, Showmances and Shenanigans. Trivia question 3. Which couple famously started as enemies on Big Brother, then fell in love and eventually got married? A. Jeff and Jordan. B. Rachel and Brendan. C. Swaggy and Bailey. Or D. Jordan and Cody.
Jordan and Cody, who's that? Jordan and Cody were not, no. And in my opinion, I thought the answer would be Nicole and Victor, but
Oh, God.
but if I had wait, what was the third option? Oh,
Swaggy
Swaggy
and
and
Bailey.
Bailey? Wait, none of these people were enemies.
None of them?
They all like fell in love the first week.
Oh, no.
Maybe it was Jeff and Jordan. I don't know. I don't know much about Jeff and Jordan. All I know is that they were like a big showmance that everyone loved.
Okay. The answer I had was Rachel and Brendan.
Okay, that's not, I mean, no, because they fell in love on like day 3 of being in the house, and they're still together to this day. They have like 2 kids, and
Yeah.
Rachel is actually back for her 3rd season right now
No
as we
way.
speak. She's on the new season.
No way. Oh my God. Okay.
But this is her first time playing without her husband.
Wow.
I thought the answer was Nicole and Victor, because Nicole and Victor were both on season 18. They were not allies. She was the reason he got evicted. And then 2 years later, they got married.
Yeah. Okay. So this is another reason why I have this podcast is because I clearly suck at trivia, so much so that I can't even make the trivia questions accurate. So this is why we talk to experts. And thank you, Josh, for helping me make trivia question 2 and 3 with the correct answers. So I'll make sure to include that within my like trivia starter packs, the actual
Okay.
correct answers.
Okay.
Okay, well, I had my little mini deep dive on Rachel and Brendan. So
Oh, I love Rachel and Brendan.
yeah, anyway, what it says online is they're just one of the most iconic showmances. Like you said, they got married, they have kids, and they are even making appearances on like other shows from the same network, like The Amazing Race, and like you said,
Yep.
Rachel's on Big Brother right now as we speak.
Mm-hmm.
So
For her 3rd time. And then together, Rachel was on The Amazing Race 3 times, I think. Twice with Brendan and once with her sister. And then she won season 13.
I got that right in my notes.
Yeah. And then her first season, season 12, that's what like boosted her, because she was everyone on that season hated her. She was like the house pariah. She was either HOH or on the block every week until she got
Damn.
evicted. And then they brought her back the next season, season 13. and then she won that season. Now she's back for a third time in season 15 years later in season 27. As we're right now in week 4, and she's not doing that well. So
Oh
we'll see how
gosh. So we'll
it goes for her.
we'll see
But
how it goes. Well, this episode is coming out October 9th,
the show will be over by then.
which the show
So
I think will be
Rachel,
over by then.
I would bet money she doesn't win this season. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so back on the topic of this section, which is showmances. In your opinion, do showmances help or hurt your game?
They hurt your game.
Wait,
but
really? Wait, all of these questions, like I expect you to say one thing and then you say the exact opposite.
Well, okay. It's tricky because personally, if you have a close ally who you're also like secretly fucking in the Big Brother house,
Oh my god.
it kind of solidifies an alliance because that's your number one. You can tell them anything and they're never gonna betray you. So like in that sense, it's a good idea because it's a good alliance member to have. It's also on the other side to the rest of the house, the optics are like these two people are always gonna vote together, always gonna put the same people up, always gonna do the same thing.
Mhm.
That's dangerous.
They're basically
So
one person.
two people is one person. Now that's one person has double the chances of winning any competition. So it's like
Yeah.
it's pretty dangerous in that sense.
Yeah.
So usually what will happen is that the showmances at one point will get put on the block together. That's called a showmance killer. It always happens. In my opinion, always target the showmances. I know you love to see them on TV, but it's not if you're not in the showmance, you need to target them.
Yeah.
So I can only think of like season 21, Mickey and Holly were a showman since like week 1 and they became the final 2. So like in a sense, it can be good that way. But more often than not, usually don't work out. They
Yeah.
usually don't make it that far. They usually don't make it to the end. I mean, showmances will usually it can get you past like the first few weeks, but then once like the numbers are like in the single digits, um, not gonna work.
That makes sense.
No, you should target them.
Okay,
Future Big Brother
target
players, target the showmances.
and don't be in one.
Well, yeah, don't be in one, but if someone's gonna, I mean, it's kind of hard not to fall in love with someone, especially when you're locked in a house with these crazy people.
Yeah, for like
So,
an indefinite amount of time.
yeah.
So I'm guessing if you were on Big Brother, you would not get into a showmance.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
let's say, like,
no.
if you were single and everything, like,
Yeah.
no.
No.
Okay. Good to know. So, elaborating more on showmances, who is your favorite and least favorite showmance of all time and why?
Okay, so my favorite showmance of all time was season 25's Corey in America. I just thought the pretty girl with the nerdy white kid, pretty interesting dynamic. Not the usual showmance you'll see. Like the
Yeah.
usual showmance is the Barbie and Ken,
Mhm.
which was 21's Mickey and Holly. Did not like either of them. That was a awful season, full of racism.
Oh, no.
So Mickey and Holly
Okay. Good to know.
did not like them. But I love Rachel and Brendan. Good, love that showmance.
All right. Well, at least I included them as the answer and, like, they're good people as
Yeah.
the fake answer. Have you ever seen any players fake a showmance?
Ooh, I don't think so. It's like really hard. It's like people go in the house saying they're going to fake things all the time. It's a lot harder to fake things in the Brother house. Like it's really hard because it's like
Yeah.
you're living with these people 24/7.
Yeah.
Stuff's gonna slip. You're not gonna remember all your lies. It's like you can't
Mhm.
just like, especially faking a showman. It's like that sounds. First of all, I don't see the benefit to that. Second, extremely difficult and awkward. So I
Yeah.
don't think that's ever happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. That would be crazy. I remember the season I watched, I think 17, the twins.
Yeah.
They were switching in and out with each other and like they
Oh yeah, didn't. Yeah.
had and like one of them was with
Liz was in a showmance with Austin, so Julia
Yeah.
had to pretend. But no, Austin knew that they were
Yeah.
switching, so they had to just keep it up for the rest of the house, even though the whole house knew at that point that they were switching.
Yeah.
So
But still,
yeah,
it kind of just like plays into the fact that you said like it's really hard to fake things
yeah,
like that when you're
yeah,
in a bubble with these people 24/7.
yeah.
Wow. Okay, so we've gotten through all 3 sections. I want to close it out here by asking you about this current season. I know
Okay,
you
I have
said it's not your
thoughts.
fave,
No, I don't like it.
but you do have thoughts, and we're currently recording it's week 4 for them. And
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah, week 4. It's week 4.
And this episode's going to come out October 9th. So when this episode comes out, I want you to lock in your prediction now. Who do you think is going to win?
Who do I think is gonna win? I think, oh my god, I think Zach is gonna win.
Okay.
But also, he was the first to enter. Do you know about the first to enter curse?
No.
The first person to walk in the house has never won
Oh
before.
my God.
So Zach was the first person to enter this season. However, I do think he's probably gonna win based off now. I
Mhm,
don't like him though.
mhm.
Who I want to win? I want Rachel to win. That's who I want to win.
Okay.
Because of all the people on this cast, there's currently 14 people left in the house. I only like 3 people. Jimmy, Rachel, and Ashley. Everyone else, I get physically ill when I have to look at them.
So this is
So,
why you're skipping today's episode.
yes, because these people are not nice people. I don't think I've
Aw.
ever seen a season with this much bullying and behind back shit talking. It's kinda crazy and triggering in my opinion. So I
Oh my
don't
God.
but you know what? Just let these people say what they want, show their true colors, and let them face the consequences when they get out.
I
So
always say karma is a cat purring in my lap because she loves me.
exactly, and this cat's gonna bite them. So
Yeah, and scratch them.
yeah.
I'm sure the producers are just like loving it though.
Yeah, no, it's good TV. I mean,
Yeah.
this season has a lot of arguments,
Yeah.
but I can't. If whenever it's and it's anyone but Jimmy, Ashley, or Rachel on the screen, I don't want to watch. I don't want to
Yeah.
look at these people. So yeah,
Wow. All right. Well, we'll see how this season turns out and we'll
we'll
know.
see.
So, during this chat, was there anything that stood out to you? Anything that you learned? I feel like I learned a lot.
I feel like I was teaching you mostly.
Savage. Yes, you are. Thank you. Awesome. Josh, well, I had so much fun with you on Trivia Tangents. Is there anything else that you'd like to say before we close out the episode?
Expect the unexpected.
Okay, yes. Of course, we had to include that phrase.
Um,
They say that all the
and
time.
don't be a douche and love one another, like Julie Chen always says.
Oh my God. The iconic Julie Chen. How could we
Yeah,
go a whole 50 minutes without talking about Miss Julie Chen? Love her.
exactly. Yeah.
Thank you to the listeners for listening to this show. This is Trivia Tangents, where we cover various trivia topics. We have new episodes released every Thursday, which I call Trivia Thursday. I'm Lena, and special thanks to Josh for sharing his awesome insights and trivia tangents all about Big Brother with us. Thanks for listening.
And learning.
Bye.
If you enjoyed this episode, please give us a 5-star rating or thumbs up, follow or subscribe, and share with a friend. For bonus content, you can find Trivia Tangents on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and of course, all podcast platforms under Trivia Tangents Podcast. Check out our website at triviatangentspodcast.com to purchase trivia starter packs based on these episodes. Perfect for hosting your very own trivia night.